All right, hey guys, I'm going to give you one statement you can use to potentially double your final expense sales in the home. Make sure you stick for the whole video so you can learn it. Hi guys, I'm going to go through today a concept I use to help me sell final expense clients. And it's a really simple opening, if you will, when I got to the door, and I'm going to break it down, but to just open the video, my favorite line was just go, "I guess you need some insurance, huh?" And it was like a lead-in to everything that was going to happen in the intentionality behind the in-home and the questions and where I wanted them to go. And to back up, the reason I started doing that is I struggled at the beginning selling final expense policies. I was taught to do it in a way that just wasn't my personality. I wasn't comfortable with it, and I would get frustrated if I didn't get the right answer. And it was going through like the main 3 reasons why people buy, or 1, 2, and 3. I just never really felt comfortable with it. And after running a bunch of final expense appointments, it evolved almost out of frustration, in the sense that I was just like, dang, another one. And I was like, I really adopted the thought that people filled out a form, and I was running all leads because they needed insurance. Like, it seemed pretty simple. And I didn't feel like doing in-home quite the same way that day. I was a little frustrated. And so I remember banging on this door, and it evolved over time, so I'll go through the steps. But I remember banging on the door, and I'm just like, I'm going to do it different. And he opens the door. I'm like, "Hey man, I'm John. Guess you need some insurance, huh?" And he said yes. I was like, and it just clicked. And I just did my normal in-home from there for the most part and went with it. And I went home after that appointment, and I'm like, I might be able to run with this. Like, who would say no to that? And if they did say no to that, 1, it'd be weird. But then 2, I like to overbook my schedule. I like to book a lot of appointments in a day. And I'm trying to find a reason to leave the house, honestly, if they're not ready to protect their family. I figured I could find out in the first minute if I did it that way. And I didn't just walk away if they said no, but I could then, it helped lead me to the questions I wanted to ask. So for me, the way I did it off the rip is, again, guess you need some insurance. Let's just say they say no. Then I can, which again was rare. I bet 90% of the people said yes. And again, very informal, literally right when I'm walking through the door, halfway walking through the door, "Hey Bob, John, guess you need some insurance, huh?" And I'm just kind of walking through the table, like no big deal. And again, if they say no, I go like, "Wait, what? I mean, you did fill out the form about the insurance. I can just address it. You know, this is about the life insurance that you requested on the form, yada, yada," and I can engage there if I need to. But again, very little say that, so I'm not gonna spend a lot of time there. For me, I'm looking for the yes. Then I can go, all right, do you have any insurance now or not? Again, and I get either yes or no. If they say yes, I can go, got it. Assume you need some more. How much do you have? Might be the question. I got 10 grand. Okay, assume you need some more. What are you looking for? 20, 30, 40 grand? And it can lead me down a trail of questions. If they say, no, I don't have any insurance currently, my favorite response was, got it. Is it because you're really sick, or is it because you're procrastinating? And dude, no one wanted to tell me it was because they were really sick. So they all would say, no, I just been procrastinating. And then I can go, got it. Finally done. Finally ready to stop procrastinating, huh? And I'd walk, and that was it. I mean, that was how I caught them. And for me, that led into a very easy, quick in-home application. If they had some insurance, again, you got 10 grand, great. Assume you need some more. Most people that contact me need 20, 30, 40 grand. Where do you fit in there? And they would typically just tell me, yeah, so-and-so, I had this going on, that going on, I need 10 more, I need this more. One of my favorite questions to ask at that point, if they do say, yes, I'm looking for more, or yes, I already have some, and I assume they're looking for more, I go, tell me about, did somebody recently in your family die or deal with the expenses of the funeral or something like that? And you'll get well over 3/4 of them say yes. There was some type of event that triggered them filling out another lead. And there's where I got a lot of the story, and maybe their why, if you will, is that question would then get them to tell me about, you know, Aunt Susan that died, and, you know, they weren't expecting it or were expecting it, but I get the story. Did she have insurance or did she not? Did it help? And usually it wasn't enough is why they're they're filling out a lead. So I can then talk about that story. I can ask how much insurance that person needed, or how much their burial was, or how short they were, or what the problems were. And it allows me to just dive into their why without having to, like, I don't know, I just found it weird any other way. And it's hard for me to even express the way I originally sold final expense. And most people off the rip, when I tell them that's the way I opened, is guess you need some insurance, most people are like, there's no way that worked. I'm like, try it, it'll work out. And we have most of our agency selling that way, because the questions, it doesn't matter if they say yes or no along the way to each line of those questioning. It leads me to them telling me why they need a policy. And it was just a very easy lead in. I could do those questions in 5 minutes, if that, even if I got a lengthy story about things. And you'll find that people open up pretty quick from there. And the story is really what solidifies. And that's kind of where I build the rapport. Some people go, well, you're not building any rapport. I'm like, no, I am. I just don't feel like I have to do it up front as a rule before I start getting into insurance. The rapport for me comes right after those first 2, 3, 4, 5 questions. And those are happening like while I'm walking to the table. You know, I don't need to be real formal about it. And it just, again, it was a very easy lead in. It led to their why, it led to the story. And then I could just go, all right, makes sense. See why you need the coverage now. Well, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna ask you some questions, go through your meds, and we should have your insurance here in about 10 or 15 minutes. Sound good? And they'd say yes. And again, if they said no, I'm only in the house at that point 5 minutes, 10 minutes max. I can then go back to the initial conversation if I need to, but I'm not wasting 45 minutes in the house before I find out that they do or don't need insurance. I'd rather just find out in the first minute and run with it from there. So made my deal easy, and I sold a lot of life insurance, a lot of final expense that way. So hopefully it helps. Later.